Welcome to your Aura Portrait and Intuitive Reading in audio-video format, where you have the opportunity to actually see your aura's energy in motion while hearing and learning about the meaning of your aura colors, as well as the universal images and symbols that surround you and how they specifically apply to you. I am taking you on a visual energetic journey to remember where your soul originated, the path you traveled to Earth, where you got jammed up or ran into roadblocks, and how to free yourself so you can continue into your final destination of actually living heaven on earth, where you will joyously express the unique spirit of you for the highest good of all. In the video format, you have the benefit of moving images specifically chosen for you to help you break through any resistance that keeps you from being the magnificent being you truly are. We are going on a full circle pathway so that you have the opportunity to observe a clear blueprint in order to create an abundant, loving, joyful life. We will begin with your immediate heavenly message, then go into the transformational healing represented by the images on your left. From there, we will proceed to your soul's mission and heart's desire, with the images located at your universal heart center. And then from there, we move to the right, where you will find the images that tell the story of the final outcome of your journey, where you see how your divine gifts and talents are expressed globally. This, of course, is as long as you heed the heavenly message, attend to the inner transformational process. When this is accomplished, your dreams can't help but manifest, as you will have learned to trust in your own intuition, so you can gracefully follow any and all of your heart's desires. Your portrait is like a roadmap to guide you to live heaven on earth. In order to do so, you must be willing to ascend. Ascension is the key to the pearly gates where all dreams come true. To ascend is to become one with your all-knowing higher self, your source. To allow yourself to be the unconditional love you are, which will propel you into deliberately desiring and consciously intending to shift from your less than joyful existence, manifested from a state of fear, to the conscious and deliberate state of love. You do this by aligning your human self with your higher all-knowing self, who knows only divine love and oneness. Within your aura portrait are multiple images and symbols that have been channeled through you from your higher self, each having a specific meaning and a particular placement in the portrait relating to the uniqueness of you. In this aura portrait, you will realize the soul spirit of you, as well as learn about what the soul's true intent life mission is. The soul is intending to expand its expression of love through the experience we call life. You will become aware of any healing that is necessary from a causal level of mental misperceptions and or emotional charges that need to be released in order for you to clear those incorrect beliefs so that you can accomplish all that you desire. You will also be given specific instructions of applications and modalities to accomplish that healing lovingly, as each provides ease and comfort, as well as beauty and grace. This is the natural state of who you are. First, we will discuss the heavenly message and support. The following symbols represent heavenly messages and support that are very important for you to be aware of in this present moment. This first image is a symbol of your soul's crowning glory. It is a combination of the rainbow-colored star configuration as well as a portion of your mandala. The rainbow star configuration is a symbol of the newest soul group, the Rainbow Children, and its combination with your mandala is showing that you are a soul that is especially vital to this group that are presently being born. You are to be a mentor or guide for them, holding them in their highest truth. These two starlit flower symbols, both sitting behind you, not only show that you, soul, are the master of expressing truth to heal the world, but also represent both Archangel Michael and a combination of Archangel Raphael, the Lord Yes I Am, aka Jesus the Christ, in full support of you now stepping out into the world to realize your greatest soul potential. The seeds of greatness within you have been nurtured and are currently coming to full fruition. Archangel Michael is represented by the blue, and Yes I Am and Raphael by the teal turquoise. Michael represents the truth and has been at your side literally forever, since the beginning upon earth, when you were one of the group of the fiery essence of angelic beings who first occupied the planet. They had form, but not density. They were the light beings, the light workers. Michael speaks to you constantly. Beloved one, do you remember you are one of mine, one of the radiant angel masters whom dwelt in the kingdom of heaven? At times, Michael's voice has been small and quite undetectable during your normal chaos of life's daily pursuit of survival. Yet, he is relentless with his message. Although you have in the past been overwhelmed with anguish and preoccupied with painfully tormenting, self-destructive thoughts, nevertheless, in rare moments of stillness, most often brought on by forced rest, his voice would come. Yes, angel soul sister, it is you whom I address. You have spent long enough allowing the denial of the lower logical mind that has overshadowed the soft voice you have sensed all about you, in an attempt to smother its very existence. Your persistent logic no longer needs to ignore the truth. We know you have had self-doubt and have believed that Michael couldn't possibly mean you. We wish for you to embrace this message, accept it, and be it, because it is you, radiant child of light, we call angel. Come home, my angel. Remember back to when you were one with the peaceful kingdom. Remember your heritage. Know you are not guilty of any wrongdoing. Recall the time of old. Know you are one of mine. I say unto you that now is the time to return. It is time to awaken, angel. Forgive yourself for what you think you have done or not done, for you have always been in the service for the kingdom of light. You are a radiant being of light. Acknowledge your incorrect belief of guilt. Release your shame. The love you are seeking is here. Torment yourself no longer. End your despair. Come back to me, my devoted messenger. Come back to love. Your true love awaits you, right here and right now. Come home. In the beginning there was the One, and all beings were connected to their source, also known upon this planet as the Father, Mother, God, Goddess, Beloved One. The planet Earth, we also refer to as Terra, was first occupied by a fiery essence, the essence of the angelic kingdom. At this time, it was before solidity, before the agreement of souls to experience the veils of forgetfulness, before the physics of matter were known to this world. During this time, there were many angelic beings that walked upon this earthly dimension. Then at a later date, some of those souls chose to divide into two aspects, the aspect of male and the aspect of female. They manifested in physical form, knowing they were not separate, that they were simply the same soul having different, yet similar experiences. They wanted to experience the third dimension of physical matter. They did this by digressing into density, which simply means lowering the vibration, causing the frequency to slow and take form. Since that time of choosing the evolutionary cycle through the experience of the physical, many, many aeons ago, you have been working diligently to overcome an incorrect belief of having been abandoned by the Father, Mother, God, Goddess. This was also known as the illusion of separation. The illusion of separation came about shortly after the soul made the choice to divide into the two separate aspects of self. This experience eventually resulted in the incorrect belief of being separate from the One. This illusion you encoded in your molecular structure in the physical body, as all souls have. Your spirit has been struggling to overcome this illusion while trying to get you to acknowledge its very existence, so you may regain your connection to your source, to reunite with the One by accepting the truth of your true heritage. This would be the higher path, rather than the incorrect belief of being abandoned, being separated, and the incorrect belief that you are less than whom you truly are. I know deep within your heart you fear your choice to digress into the physical dimension many aeons ago was wrong. You fear that due to your perceived negative actions coupled with feelings of shame, you are rejected by the One, the Father, Mother, God, Goddess. And my precious child, not knowing any better, because you believe you are abandoned, you also believed you are abandoned because you are unworthy of true love. Because you have believed for aeons you were separated from your true home and from your true source, this caused you to be separated from your true self and your true love. This incorrect belief was created by the manipulations of self-doubt through the lower mind logic, also known as ego. You have and are still presently residing behind the veil of forgetfulness, which blocks the memory of whom you truly are and the memory from whence and where you came. You have perceived guilt as a result of your life-fold experiences in the past and the present past lives on this earthly dimension. For numerous aeons, you, along with many others, have been longing to be rid of these earthly illusions. You all wish to be free to return home, to realize ascension, which is the state of heaven on earth, to live in joyful bliss, to be at peace, to be in the state of love, and most importantly, to be free of limitations by living in the present moment, the now. To ascend, beloved one, so that you are free to follow your heart and realize your greatest magnificence, you must be free. You must master all illusions. Most importantly, you must master the illusion of separation, which projects an illusion of limitations. The time is now to return to your mastered state of being. This is not something you must become. It is a beingness you already are. You only have to come into the realization of it and then live it in every moment of every day. The Father, Mother, God, Goddess gave unto all its children free will and free choice. There is no need to forgive the expression of this great gift, for they would not have bestowed the gift upon you and then punish you for the use of it. There is only need to reverse the perception of what you believe you have done, in particular, what you believe you have done wrong. You need to change your attitude about yourself. You must come to realize what you were conditioned to believe about yourself is a lie. Who and what you believe you are is an overlay from mass consciousness. You must come to understand the truth of who you truly are is deep within you, just waiting to be realized. Long ago, as I said, more years than your intellect can comprehend, you walked this planet as a light being, as an angel. You had form, definition, yet you were not dense in matter. You are one of the radiant ones, an angel and a spirit with the intention of being a teacher of the children in the kingdoms of mankind. Through your many life-fold experiences, also referred to as incarnations, you have done a masterful job of deceiving yourself. You taught yourself to act out of fear because you encoded an incorrect belief of guilt for having left the kingdom of heaven. Trust in me, for I will not lead you astray. I will guide you to that which you have been seeking for many aeons, the trust of yourself. I will show you the way back to your innocence and the love you feel you are lacking. Trust me, beloved one,
Believe in me until such time you learn to believe in yourself. For I will, as I have always, walk with you hand in hand through the hell you have created for yourself, leading your frightened psyche step by step back to the kingdom from which you originate, home to the heavens, to the oneness of the Father, Mother, God, Goddess, whom love you greatly. Gently, with the great love I hold for thee, I will lead you back to the worthiness of true love, the love of self. Archangel Michael knows that there have been many times where overwhelming desire for true love has set your healing course, as you have been ravished by the illusion of loneliness and at times emaciated from perceived lack. Even with many people all around you who often profess love, you still felt so terribly lonely, so abandoned for so very long. Master it, my beloved. It is all an illusion. It is a perception. It is only attitude. A judgment based on your lower earthly mind, seduced by your incorrect belief of lacking love. How could you lack love when you are all love, no thing more and no thing less than divine love itself personified? All you have experienced, you had planned, as the angelic soul you are entered the form of a baby girl in order to continue to learn about life by mastering the dimension of density, to pursue the memory that you were more than your accumulated experiences in the physical. You are meant to overcome the torments you have cycled through lifetime after lifetime. The magnificence you truly are devised a plan to overcome the illusion. Yet the frightened part of yourself, the shadow of self-doubt, also known as the ego, continues to subtly manipulate you with controlled oppression. Up to now, in this lifetime, you have chosen to listen to this other voice within you which projects constant critical judgment of yourself. Up until now, you have been diligent at escaping into darkness through denial, where no one will know who you are and what you believe you have done. Know the time has come to be enlightened, meaning to shed light by gaining knowledge of self. This will expose the truth of your shadowed self. The act of replacing ignorance with knowledge is where it can be accepted and embraced, and where once again you will gain the capacity to be a free spirit through the love of self. Michael has stayed with you as he promised, when you first chose to digress into human form, with a heart-centered soul-aligned vow to make sure you return to the knowingness of your magnificent starry origins. Although you have always been a communicator of the truths of the higher heavens, it is only recently that you have truly begun to allow yourself to accept your divinity, knowing that all that took place, both that of which felt good and wonderful, and that of which appeared to be adversity in your life, was indeed for your highest good. For how would you know the joy of light that is within you and all around you if you did not experience the sadness and loneliness of the dark that generated the incorrect beliefs of separation and abandonment? Archangel Raphael is combined with the Lord Jessiam, as Raphael is the angel of healing and the overseer not only of the elementals, but is now taking his higher authority of the overseer of the golden age here on earth, also known as heaven on earth. Raphael, the color of emerald green, is assisting you to stay in joy as you follow Jessiam, the color of turquoise, into your higher Christed consciousness to now be a global mentor, guide, protector of many, as was he. Your title could be the Angel Goddess of Joyful Healing Truth. So know that your angelic brethren, as well as their feminine counterparts, Lady Ramelia and Lady Mary, are in full support of you stepping out into the manifestation of that long-desired heart-based vision. As a matter of fact, because you are in the action of stepping out into the world, free from any other perceived authorities who assisted you in knowing the truth in the process of keeping you oppressed, either by thought, word, or action. So know that your portrait could also have been done in rose, magenta, pinks, oranges, and golds, and the blues were what spirit guided, because you are now to outwardly express the strength and courage of the masculine aspects because of the self-support of the unconditional love and nurturing of the feminine aspect. The soul's origin and path. This next image, which is also in the background of your portrait, shows the figures of Archangel Raphael's healing angels weaving the higher heavenly truths within you. You would be the bluish-white circle within the blue circle. You can see a large green figure swirling healing energy all around you and within your earthly world, as the lit orbs to the right of the image oversee the process. They would be the masculine and feminine, aka God Goddess, making sure their divine magnificent child, you, is getting all that she needs and wants in the process of realizing her truest self, and then taking that knowingness to help change the world. The masculine and feminine within were long at odds with one another, one always usurping the other's position. The healing that has occurred over the past few years has allowed them to come together in a harmonious blending of cooperative love, which then, and only then, allows you to be in peace so that you can expand your light-filled service worldwide. In this image above, you see the blending of the two energies coming together to form a dove, the Holy Spirit, or the whole I Spirit. And that brings you into full blossom of the lotus you are, to overflow outside of self and be shared with many others in a joyful, happy, faith-filled, peaceful, expansive dance of self. This image represents your mastered soul in the joy of expressing the higher heavenly truths. You have the ability to show others the way out of their darkness and into the light, and are one of those souls more commonly termed the sun dancers. So despite any perceived atrocities, insults, or injuries, you are now ready to always find a way to trust in the truth that you feel, but cannot always be articulated in words, and to look through the eyes of love to express compassion for your own past and those still entrenched in darkness. In this lifetime, beloved, as well as many others, you have suffered pain, the more of not quite fully comprehending how certain people can do such horrific things. Yet before this embodiment is over, you will come to fully understand that it is necessary to experience that of which is less than desirable, simply so that you can come to know all the experiences are nothing more than a choice to come into awareness of what is right for you and what is not. Remember, I said, what is right for you. That means what is right for you in any given moment is not necessarily right for another in that same moment. Your soul mission and earthly challenge has been to choose love, no matter what the illusion looks like all around you. Because truth and love is what you are, and not only what you are, but what you have mastered in many other life-fold experiences here on earth, as well as in other dimensions. You carry those star-like, dreamy eyes of a soul who has had many experiences upon the planet Venus, the planet of love. And that is probably where you resided prior to your choice to come to Earth many aeons ago. Venus is a place where love has not been forsaken or forgotten. On Venus, all souls live in love, like the way Earth will be shortly, because so many Venusians who have mastered the beingness of love have come directly from there to Earth to implant the seeds of love so that all may aspire to their greatness of the souls they are. So there is no longer any reason to fear stepping into our full magnificence for all to see and benefit from. On Venus, there are no words spoken. All are telepathic, and as such you have found difficulty at times expressing the depth of love you are in in this limited language of words, mostly used upon this planet. Oftentimes you have found yourself gazing into the eyes of another, wondering why they cannot just know what you feel. Why do they not feel as you do? Why is it necessary to attempt to articulate that of which is not articulable? There are feelings, beloved one, and no words will ever do them justice. You know how to feel deeply and have thought yourself to be inadequate or untrustworthy at times because you feel so deeply when others appear not to. You have thought this is something wrong with you rather than what is absolutely right with you. Not all souls upon the earth have learned to honor feelings. They fear them instead, incorrectly believing that feelings will lead them astray, and thusly they turn to the lower mental body for their guidance and answers. The lower mental body belongs to the ego, and the ego, although may come up with answers, it will never know the whole truth as the soul does.
Even though our minds are the receptor for spirit communication, we are often too preoccupied with thoughts of everyday life to listen closely to the more subtle voice. Yet the soul can also reach us through feelings. Listening to and following up on feelings is the true way to navigate through life to your fullest potential. When the inspiration is bypassed by mental preoccupation, we can turn to our feelings to correct our thoughts. So paying attention to feelings, whether they feel good or bad, is a perfect detector to alert us to what we are thinking and whether those thoughts are in alignment with what we desire for our highest good. You have always known this because you feel it. You simply know it even though you have had difficulty articulating how you maneuver or have had trouble trying to explain your knowingness to others. You simply know what you know, and now is the time to stop beating yourself up for knowing. Stop crucifying yourself for feelings. All feelings have value because they help us navigate through what is right for us and what is not right for us. Love, on the other hand, is a beingness and is felt within the body form, which provides an avenue of multiple expressions of the love you are. Love is not a thought or a feeling, even though we think love and feel love. It is the highest consciousness of knowingness. The more you embrace love, the more you heal and the stronger you become to take your stand as a compassionate pillar of light, as the nurturing inspiration for others to be and do the same. In this very moment, choose, because that is all it is and always has been, to honor and respect the love you are, the love you feel, and the love you express, regardless of whether anyone is willing to receive it or not. Whether or not someone else is accepting of the love you are is not your job. Your job is to not lose the truth of the love because someone else fears love. You have questioned and doubted your worthiness because there have been many who have not acknowledged the love you have to offer. You have given unto others and not received back equally, simply because somewhere along the line you subscribed to the lie that you are not worthy of love. How can you not be worthy of love when love is what you are? You need not spend another precious moment of your energy on seeking love. You only need accept the healing you have been through that resulted in you knowing the truth that you are, have always been, and will continue to be love. When you think you lack love, you spend a lifetime seeking it outside of self, only to end up disappointed more often than not. When you know you are love, you spend the rest of your days openly sharing the love you are. In this, love is returned, as like is attracted to like. You are now realizing there is no reason to hide, as there is nothing about you to be ashamed or fearful of. There is no one greater than you, and no other's opinions you need to rely on before acting on knowing what is right for you. You are perfect just the way you are. Start accepting that now, as all is in this moment, and you will see before even 6 months an even greater transformation on all levels. None of it has to be hard or enforced. It is a matter of nothing more than surrendering to the highest truth and continually proclaiming, I am love. There is nothing you need do other than just be you. In this image, in the background of your portrait, you see the soul energy expressed in more vibrancy of colors. This is because that great awareness of love and understanding has been awakened within you, and your divine beauty is shining like a tender radiant lotus in full bloom. The little white orb between the masculine Father God and the feminine Mother Goddess is coming out of the darkness and moving into the light, because she has realized she is just as great as they and is blending in with her own unique expression of the orb of the love she is. There has been inspiration that has brought about great enthusiasm. The enthusiasm was the direct feeling result of a lifelong dream soon to be realized. Do not allow the lower mental body, with all its self-doubt, take control, as it has in the past, and results in enthusiasm waning with all the self-doubting ifs, ands, or buts, accompanied by the old thoughts of, do I want to stay or do I want to go? You have chosen to stay, to bring in the highest heavenly truths. Express them with joy, so that all may know they are love. It appears Michael's words have gotten through to you, because you have brought your opposing aspects together in harmony, so that they no longer pull upon the other in opposing directions, and you can spend your days on earth in love. Your entire portrait speaks quite loudly of awakening the truth of love you are, and passionately expressing it with joy, and what takes place within is manifested outwardly. Integrating your two aspects back to love will also draw you to another if you so choose. It is not necessary, but is definitely possible and probable. Any fearful thoughts or resistance will bounce you apart, but only temporarily. As the sooner you return to love and accept this is who you are, and are meant to share this love, not only with the world at large, but with the life partner, the sooner you will be drawn back together. The timing is up to you. You need not look for him. You only need to be the loving truth that will shine your light for him to locate you. That should warm you up. The choice has already been made. The compassionate, truthful love you are is spreading out into earth suddenly and unexpectedly for you as well as your twin flame or soul. He is also grounding in because he has traveled the same path as you, and he is now ready to meet his counterpart to be joined on earth. There is some concern of being off balance. You will not lose yourself by sharing life with another. As Kutuk said in Eat, Pray, Love, to lose yourself in love is part of the balance. Let's first address the inner work that will absolutely result in a transformational healing that in this moment of time needs your undivided attention. Following are the symbols that are to your physical left. These symbols represent the inner healing or awareness that needs to be gained first in order for you to move forward into the maturity of your greatness and the full manifestation of your heart's desires. There really isn't much for you to do or to become aware of except to stand your truth joyfully, no matter who, no matter what, no matter where. Here you see, represented by the dolphins, the joy in knowing and being the truth who you are. Please note that these two dolphins can be interpreted in two ways. One is the beloved mother and father happily showing their magical child the way, representing not only the nurturing you lacked in your early years and learned to apply to yourself, but also showing that as a result you can now healthily nurture many children. They have been giving you lots of love and plenty of wise counsel, and are happily reminding you to be grateful for all your blessings. They are asking you to breathe with me, Breathe the breath of the divine, the manner of the universe. In oneness we entwine. Your dolphins want you to know that upon wakening in the morning, the first thing to be grateful for is your breath. Then use it to cleanse and clear the daily occurring stresses of the mind. Breathing is like speaking and listening. You breathe in that of which you want to hear and breathe of that of the voice that no longer serves the greatness you are. The breath can be used to short-circuit the limitations of physical reality. Your dolphins are giving you wise counsel of how to leave the world of old behind and to gracefully weave your way to the new world you desire. They wish you to use your breath to do so, breathing in divine and breathing out the conformity and conditioning that keeps you from swimming to the new world, and to be grateful for what was and has been, seeing the gift in all of it. The dolphins want you to swim with them always. This can be accomplished etherically. Follow them through the waters where they will guide you and many others to the new world long desired and up till now only dreamt about. Be like the dolphins who spend their days in joyful laughter, fully knowing that all they require is provided for them, as God does not send vision without provision. Focusing on the gratitude is sending out the signal that you already have what it is you desire. Use the words I am carefully. The I am is another name for God. Do not accompany the I am with any words that are not conducive with magnificence. Pay close attention to what you are thinking and saying aloud that follows the I am. Are you engaged in I am tired, lonely, disgusted, lacking? If so, take a dolphin breath. Breathe in and then pop out any negativity out the top of your head. Then begin the I ams over. I am full of energy. I am loved. I am happy. I am financially abundant. Whatever follows the I am in thought or word and deed is what you get. So get in alignment with this powerful force of manifestation. Speak the name of God in not what is, but what you dream it to be. Feel the joy of the dream realized, and then listen to the direction and watch your world change. The unicorn is part of the world of nature and part of the world of dreams, and completely of the heart. In many ways, it is a symbol of our longing for the mysterious and the unattainable, which resides within the heart of all of us. You are to combine your natural world with your world of dreams to make all you imagine attainable. We referenced you as a lightworker sun dancer. You are filled with and radiating out like a lotus in full bloom that has been fed and nurtured by the love of the mother and the light of the Father, that of the Son. We are all rays of the sun. It's S-U-N, not S-O-N. As the earth or anything upon it does not exist or grow properly without the warmth and nurturing of the sun, we as souls cannot truly thrive without our connection to the source of all we are. The Sun Dancers preceded the other now more popular soul groups known as the Indigos, Crystals, and Rainbows. In a simplistic explanation, the Sun Dancers led the way. You were the first to bring the radiant light of God Goddess upon the darkened planet. You danced in the joy of light of the sun, because you knew you were love, and love is expressed through joy. You, Angel Goddess, cut the path to healing through the dense jungle of the limited lower mental body, the ego, who often gets entangled in physical matter. You are the fiery essence of the angelic kingdom, those souls that are always connected to God through the golden thread, the ray of higher wisdom. You were the first to walk upon the earth, but you were originally not in physical form. You had human-like shape, but you were transparent. You were pure light and teacher of the truth, residing in the temples of beauty. Some of the original sun dancers, approximately 144,000, chose to digress into physical matter so they could better understand the illusion of matter, so that they could be better and more efficient guides due to the first-hand knowledge. In the process, all forgot the higher truth in their everyday walking world, yet deep within them always existed the memory of whence and where they came. As the aeons passed, they learned about the illusion and mastered it. They created blueprints and roadmaps so that others could follow and have an experience upon Earth without having to cut their way through the jungle. The sun dancers cut the path and became the guides of digressing into the lower vibrations and coming back through the darkened tunnel into the light of the full knowingness that each of us is God and God is love. Each soul that followed this group had a better chance and an easier life of the journey to returning to love. Then came the Indigos, whose mission was to use the highways and byways created by the soul group who preceded them, and to travel along those roads, deconstructing all that was anything less than love. They too suffered from others who were in fear, who chose to drug them as opposed to allowing their very strong-willed free spirits. I am sure you will remember the lightworkers basically chose to drug themselves, seeking escape from a loveless world or attempting to seed the planet with love, peace, and happiness. The 60s were a prime example of this. Many took drugs and perished, and many took drugs which opened up their lower minds to the awareness of something greater and higher than they were accustomed to on Earth. The words peace and love became household words. The Indigos had conscious altering drugs forced upon them as children to dull their awareness of who they are, as they were diagnosed as being out of control and threatening, when in fact they were here to make another major change. They would destroy all that was of the old conditioning, school systems that did not nor ever worked, and societal demands that also did not or ever work in terms of allowing the freedom of expression of the unique individual self. Their job was and is to rid the earth of fearful conformity, so that those that already exist and those to follow could be free to be their loving, free-spirited selves. The crystals follow the indigos, and they are to rebuild a world of love. They now range in the ages of young children to young adults. This past few generations are filled with this soul group. You can see they appear to be far more aware and far more loving and far more wiser in their ways. Yet these precious beings have also had to deal with fear upon the earth. They too were wrongly judged for being different from those before them and were diagnosed as autistic despite not having true autistic symptoms. They did not speak immediately because they had no need to. They communicated telepathically. They mentally projected their needs and wants, and within the immediate circle of the family all was met. As they approached school age and appeared to be lacking in proper speech development, they were tagged with a disease rather than recognized and acknowledged for their greatness. Following the crystals are the rainbows, who will take the earth into the final stages of heaven on earth. It is for each of the preceding soul groups to make sure these innocents are taken care of and reared properly in the higher wisdom, supporting the love they are and encouraging their seeds of greatness. The heart's desire, aka the soul mission or earthly intention. You have integrated the opposing forces and past adversities and shifted your energies as seen in the crowning glory configuration above your head to match that of the rainbow children, pure innocence and love. You are in a perfect position now, after many life experiences, to know where the pitfalls are and gracefully steer these children away from the harm of losing connection with their divinity. You are to create a garden where these lovely colorful flowers can rapidly bloom without interruption. It is simple to do this. All you do is continually speak words of love and greatness they are, but not just to the rainbow children, but to all children of God, regardless of what soul group they are part of. You lighten their worlds by using the great wisdom of higher truths based in the universal laws of one, accompanied by your unconditionally loving, compassionate heart to hold the light high and bright to illuminate their path. You are the light being in human form who embraces all beings and inspires their greatness. This tapestry of inspiration shown in the orange colors woven with the violet flame of overcoming negativity, along with the healing colors of green, lined with the wisdom of gold, and surrounded by the turquoise of the Glober Master, is encased within your heart. The position of the light being you are, centered within it and arms raised, shows you pulling your heart's desire up and out so that you may realize your own dreams as well as guide many others to realizing theirs. The angelic being of light healing the world with the truth has the star of similar colors over her throat chakra to ensure your voice is never again silenced as it was in the past. She is also directly connected to the raven. The outer expression, the manifestation of the highest truth of your divine magnificence. The raven is a symbol of the freedom of the magic within you, as well as how to stay grounded while expressing that magic. Raven represents your service to the light-filled heavens on earth. You are the guide to help others stand their truth and stay steadfast to their integrity of love. Because of your own inner healing of your own higher truth and magical healing powers, you are now integrated with and embracing all that is. You are balanced and empowered to be more expansive example, especially to the children, of how to connect to oneness, accept the higher truth, and shift and change from the lower consciousness to the higher superconsciousness that will bring about a new reality and dispel the illusions of the mental and emotional bodies that are projected as physical disease or illness. You dance freely, no longer afraid to expose you. The emotional you who trusts in the love she is to see her through will bring forth that masculine counterpart. He too has a great heart of which he has often hidden due to past painful experiences. He is not just tired of hiding his heart, he has vowed to be done with hiding and is moving in the direction of the woman who is not afraid to feel, to cry, to laugh, to love. You and your partner will walk together creating magical gardens where all the children of the God Goddess will be nurtured and loved and allowed to bloom in their own time and their own joyful way through their unique individual expression of the light and love they are. The dragonfly. The illusion is over for you of not being great because you are in a different form likened to the story of a dragonfly. The dragonfly is a symbol of your female side and will be with you always in case you attempt to revert to the old incorrect beliefs of being a lesser child of God. It is a symbol to show that as a result of your inner awareness, you have mastered receiving abundance. The dragonfly is all about illusion. As the story goes, the dragonfly was once the dragon that was tricked into subscribing into the illusion that because it was small, it had no power. Just like your child within, who may have lacked a good female and male role model, or was conditioned to trust in the mental rather than the feeling of the intuitive, and thusly has not learned to trust in her raw and feminine energies. The dragonfly will always help you to remember that being small and beautiful is not equal to deserving less than all life has to offer, or being punished and suffering negative consequences. The dragonfly on your right shoulder shows that you broke through the illusions. You accepted your changed form from dragon to dragonfly and no longer have to prove your power and magical prowess. that there is nothing to prove. There is only something to be, you. You are now the empowered being by trusting your intuitive feminine nature rather than depending upon the unhealthy lower mental logic. Figuring may get you from point A to point B, but your intuition that shows up in your imagination will get you anywhere you can dream about. As you flit around the clean, refreshing ponds surrounded by the sacred gardens, regardless of how others choose to impose their silent or vocal opinions upon you. You are happy because you are doing it your way. Just flit away into the sun, where the magnificence of the iridescent being you are is revealed, no longer influenced by a world of illusion. Instead, you trust in your own innocence again, knowing that you are fully supported and can listen to your own heart and be off about your business of flittering around the community ponds of life to cleanse and beautify them with your radiant fluorescence. When you come flying around, you are likened to the winds of change, bringing forth messages of enlightened wisdom, breaking down the illusions and stopping the habits that restrict healthy action or inspired ideas. You are the empowerment of light. Use it to dazzle all into the higher expanded consciousness of the One. The words I am are another name for God. They are the key to manifestation. You pay attention to what is filled in the blank following these words, as this is what you manifest. The negative I ams no longer exist for you because you understand that placing anything less than loving after those words in your thoughts or spoken aloud is blasphemous of the love you are. You have returned to love and reside in the Garden of Eden, where all live in abundance of all wonderful things. You will only speak the truth about yourself. I am love. I am loving. I am lovable. I am loved. I am beautiful. I am graceful. I am open. I am financially abundant. I am free to be the gentle, innocent, trusting me. So now, my beloved sister in light, add I am great, because you are and always have been magnificent. Next is your mandala. Your healing or transformational mandala. This is the crystallization of your aura portrait. Take at least 5 minutes a day and use soft staring at the very center. You will probably find that you want to stay longer, as you will notice images appearing in your visionary mind that will continue to guide you along your path. In your mandala, you can see more clearly the integration and beautiful harmonic blending of all aspects of you. In the center is the symbol of the free-spirited, courageous, and loving goddess, representing the horse reuniting in the everlasting love they are. In light with love, from my heaven on earth to yours, your sister in light, Aloria Ra. There's additional free assistance for transformational healing available at www.aloriara.com.